Hi Martin, hope you're well mate. Hope you had a good trip back down after the show yesterday. I got back about 7 o'clock, so pretty much been asleep since then. Just doing a couple of feeds, well doing all the feeds actually with the babies, and as promised I said I'd make you a video, so I thought I'd do that now. I fed numbers 1 and number 2. Both of them fed straight off the bat, so obviously being out of the house for 12 hours yesterday, being carted around in tubs and having people staring at them all day hasn't made any difference to them at all. So there's a good difference between captive bred and captive farmed or wild caught stuff. These have obviously suffered no ill effects or stress, they seem all good. So we'll not waffle on too much. You probably just want to see your baby. It's usually amongst the best, if not the best feeder, so I don't anticipate that being any different today, but we'll see anyway. I'll just flip the camera around, mate. Bear with me. There we go, camera's flipped around. Tub full of pinks. Pick one out. Random. There we go. Got a pink. Rack system, number 1 and number 2. I don't know if we'll be able to see, and I'll just slide these out. There's number 1, hanging with his pink. Number 2. There is a pinky in there in that set of coils. Right, number 3. What do we think? Do you think he's going to eat? Yeah, I would say without a shadow of a doubt he's about to eat. There's his tail going. So obviously his appetite hasn't been affected by being out of the house. Right, let's not disappoint him. Try and get the camera on him before I put the pink in, otherwise we will miss it. There he is. Here comes the pink. There we go. That was actually quite a lacklustre attempt for him. Normally he's ripped it off the tongs. But there we go. Number 3, as I remember, actually normally spends quite a lot of time killing the pink. Normally he's still constricting it when the others have already finished. Anyway, we'll have a watch. If he starts swallowing it straight away, I'll carry on filming him. If not, we'll come back to him. So this is in just ordinary lighting in the room, just a bare light bulb in this room. The curtain's actually pulled down. It still looks shockingly bright yellow. Curtain up a little bit so you can see him. He slipped the coil there. It's probably me knocking the tub. He's got it in a funny position. I'm going to say they're not particularly bright snakes, probably a bit unfair. I think you get this idea of them being so lithe and elegant, don't you? But when feeding time comes around, they're about as goofy as it comes. I'll come back to him in a sec. I'll put that down. So you might like to have a quick look at the adults while we're here. The adults' cages. It's my little biak in here. Not so little biak anymore. He's deep in shed, as you can see. So this is the male in here, coiled in a very peculiar position today with his head under there. So yeah, that's the male. Nice deep rich green on him. This is the female's cage. And there she is. She used to be a lot brighter green, but she colours ended up a little bit washed out on her during the breeding season. Some of it's gone back, but she's still not as bright as she was. Still very, very nice though. So that's them. Baby setup here, I've got a couple of little pots there with a little bit of chick down in the one on the left and a little bit of quail down on the one on the right. Some of the babies that liked the scent of chick but hadn't still tipped them over the edge of starting went ballistic for quail. I think it was Stephen Dunius suggested it to me, and I tried it with them and they absolutely loved it. So let's see how he's getting on anyway. You can slide this out without disturbing him too much. Looks like he's going to end up taking it the wrong way around because that's its head poking out the back. Should be the other way around, number 3. You can just about see his head there. Yeah, there he is. So he's working his jaws along to it. He is going to eat that the wrong way around. Never mind. Get a good angle on him. Have a quick look around this tub while we're in here. These tubs, these are the Braplast tubs. You can actually buy these. I think they're like available on eBay as well, but they come, I mean, this rack specifically built for those Braplast tubs. The setups I've got them in are pretty simple. I made these perch things for them, these ladders. Just some plumbing speed fit pipe here, like 15mm for the sides, and then the rungs, perch bits, are this other PVC pipe that I found in B&Q. Seemed to be like the perfect diameter for them. Have been using newspaper up until now in the bottom, but I thought after the last shed with the show coming up I'd change it for kitchen towel. I know kitchen towel's a little bit more of a pain to use than newspaper, and it's, you know, I get newspaper for free obviously, but the thing is with newspaper, with the dampness on, you end up with little black faces instead of little yellow faces. Just by chance I found it at work. We got sent these in the cafe at work on our site. We got sent these napkins. They were the wrong ones, so I stole them, and as it turns out they fit the bottom of these tubs absolutely perfectly. You couldn't, like, they're made to measure. So I'll be using them from now on. Save me spending time cutting the newspaper up. So yeah, this is your one. Finally getting one, Martin. Look through side wall. It's not particularly good imagery in there because I sprayed the tubs down earlier when I cleaned them out. You can see they're not really put off the food by me being here. Love that stripe that runs through the eye. It makes her eye look like a clown's eye. They are undoubtedly very stunning. Starting to see them develop a lot of muscle tone now. A nice line down the body. So one of the things with the babies, they're incredibly fragile. You know, everyone knows chapter and verse on how fragile they are, but the other thing is how strong they are. I think that's where the risk comes in, is when you do have to handle them or whatever, is finding a balance to overcome that resistance that they've got, because they're very strong, and at the same time not injuring them. I suspect that a lot of the injuries have come via the fact that if the tail contacts anything on the way out of the tub, it'll grip it, and if you haven't noticed that and you're pulling it out of the tub and it's wrapped its tail around something, then you know, injury is going to follow. See what I mean? He's quick to take the food but slow to eat it. Look, this is number 2. Fed him about a minute before he's finished. Sat on his perch. Number 1. Finished. Sat on his perch. So one time they're not very docile is after they've eaten. If you go in just after these have eaten, they'll bite you. Usually once they've started to swallow it, it goes down quite quickly. Saw his pupil move then. He was looking forwards and then I think he saw us move and readjusted his focus. It's typical that one time I want to make a video of a particular animal for someone, he does something goofy like eat the pinky the wrong way around. But like I said in one of the videos, I think everything to do with feeding seems to involve a lot of learning in it for them. You know, the first few times that they feed, they drop off the perches holding the food, they roll around in the water bowl, they coil their heads rather than the pink. They sit there spinning around trying to get it in the coils, and after a little while they kind of refine the technique and they're much better at it. Oh, there's the last bit of the pink going in. Didn't realise he was quite that far along. Should be the back side of the pink going down, but it's the pink's nose. But still, never mind. It's all going to the same place. Get down here, you can see the kind of lump that a pink's making now. It's getting to the point, you know, a few more feeds on this size pink and you can give them the biggest pinks that are in the packet. You know, I've sort of put them to one side at the moment. I look at them and think that pinky's probably a little bit too big still. I'll get rid of the smaller ones first and then move them on to the bigger ones. I'll show you this, man. I've just caught this out the corner of my eye. Let me just open up this tub again quietly. See if we can see it again. This is number 1. He's just eaten. There goes his tail again, look. He's just eaten. And he's still luring. Absolute cannets. Number 3, pushing his face back into shape. How was that, number 3? Eh? Was it good? if we'll get the after feeding yawn. Let's see. I'm going shy now and turn it around. Anyway, there he is, he's eating. Oh, half a yawn there. See, there's the pink. Still makes a decent sized lump in them, but they're growing so fast that they'll move up before too long. Right, anyway, Martin, this video was in danger of becoming way too long. So anyway, yeah, there he is. There's your baby. If you want any more videos of him, pictures or anything like that, I'll keep you updated. So that feed will go onto his records when you come up to collect him. I'll make sure he doesn't eat a day or two before you come up to get him, and I'll print off all of his records so that they'll be as up to date as they can be for when you collect him. Okay, buddy, so is there anything else? Take care, mate, and I'll speak to you soon.